Buddy, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Growing tired of knots, tangled up in problems, and not caring enough. Now I'm on a journey to find what's right, always telling the truth.
Hey, this is EAJ-Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff,
Doing bad time.
San Diego, it's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Sports World Radio. How's everybody doing today? Glad y'all could be with us. We got a jam-packed 2 hours of sports talk to get to. A lot of crap to get to. A lot of crap. Before we get to all of it, you can listen to Sports World Radio on SportsWorldRadio.com. That's right, SportsWorldRadio.com. HonestAnswerRadio.com. That's HonestAnswerRadio.com. Excuse me. Our chat room is over at excuse me. Our chat room is over at Spreaker.com. If you don't have an account over there, it's free. Head on over to Spreaker.com and hang out with us at the chat room. Of course, we're on iTunes. Join us on iTunes. Subscribe to our channel, Sports World Radio on iTunes, and never miss an episode of Sports World Radio. If anybody wants to get in touch with the show, the number is 619-663-3715. That's 619-663-3715. If you're a Skype user, head on over to SportsWorldRadio.com. Click the little red button in the left-hand side that says Call Now. You can call the show if you're a Skype user. That'll take you right to the show. Ask us anything you want. Disagree with us. We don't really give a holler or a hoot. With all that being said, what do you say? Hey, we bring in the co-host, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and I have some news to report to everybody. That is, I'll be leaving Sports World Radio.
Excellent. Get the
April
fuck out of
Fools! I set that whole thing up. 5 after 6 on the East Coast, 5 after 3 on the West. It is a sunshiny day. It's beautiful today. It's about 62 degrees on this April 1st, 2014.
So
and
what,
Jeff, you say you have a bone to pick with me, pal? A bone to pick with me?
So what you're saying is that this is your last show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
April.
Goodbye. Well, looks like Sean's no longer with the show. Oh, wow. Looks like it's just me from now on for the next 2 hours. Oh, at least we got Frank joining us in the next hour. That'll be a lot of fun. Well, I thought you weren't doing the show no more.
April Fools. I was kidding with you.
See, it backfired on you, didn't it?
I was like, I knew he's going to call back anyway.
You can't April Fool without April Fooler.
Well, remember that time we played that prank and people got all angry with us because we were saying.
Well, that was a good one. We planned that one for weeks, man. You and I planned that one for weeks. That was a good one. We didn't do anything. Yep. We did that last year, didn't we?
Yep.
Was it last year or was it the year before?
It was in April 1st, 2012.
It was 2 years ago we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago we did it. So, yeah, we got a lot of flack for doing that one. That was a good one. Last year we didn't do one, and this year we didn't do one. You never know when we're gonna do one, kids. Look at Josh. Josh says that's a bad joke, Sean. Okay, Sean. Okay, so normally, let's start off the show today. Normally, how's the weather?
Oh, I was just saying, the weather is actually 62 degrees. It is beautiful today.
It rained this morning, and now it's beautiful out here. It's about 62 degrees, 63 degrees out here, but it's gorgeous. I love it. It's nice and comfortable, actually. It's nice and comfortable. Okay, yes, Sean, I'm going to pick the bone with you.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Okay, and this is no April Fool's bone pick, neither. This is a real one. Okay? Look, he got really quiet. Look. Okay, let me ask you a question. That picture that you posted on Facebook today with you in your Red Sox gear?
Yeah.
How many chins do you want to have in a freaking picture?
Well, the chin looks very, very,
Bad.
very, very good.
The
You know,
chin,
I
it
make
looks
sure I
like
take
you-
really good pictures.
Well, you don't take really good pictures because you
Oh,
have
great.
because you always see the problem with you taking pictures is when you take your pictures, your selfies, you're always looking down, and it gives you a double chin. Looks like you got 15,000 chins under there.
Well,
Okay.
I'm just trying to be
okay,
creative.
you
I'm
wanna
just trying
be-
to make the pictures good.
Here's a. Oh, you want to make the pictures good? Here, this is the best way to make the pictures good. You're the only person in the world that I know that take pictures looking down. Take your arm, instead of putting it down, put it up over your head so you have to look up.
Oh, jeez.
That'll get rid of the double chin. And you'll be looking up at the picture and just take your face and smile. That's all. Don't have to take the whole, just make sure your hand is up in the air and you're looking up. Make sure you're looking up. Trust me. That'll get rid of the 16,000 chins that you have. And it'll give you just one. Try it
Okay.
sometime. Try it
I'll
sometime.
I'll work on it.
Now,
Gosh.
now, I hate to tell you this. This is not the first time I've told you this.
Okay, here
I
we
don't
go.
want to make Josh go back and listen to all the tapes, but this is not the first time I've told you this. Dag nabbit. No more pictures of you looking down. I want pictures of you looking up, selfies of you up, with arm up in the air and you looking up and smiling. You Drew Carey lookalike you?
Oh boy, it's like, am I ready for these 2 hours to be over with?
Speaking of Drew Carey, I know for a fact I should have made you stay up and watch that last night. I know for a fact you were sleeping last night. You didn't see
I went to
Craig
bed. I had a
Ferguson, right?
headache last night.
Right. Well, you're going to have a headache by the time I'm done with you on this show too.
Why is everybody picking on me? It's the 1st of April for
It's not
crying
everybody.
out loud.
It's not everybody. It's just me. Look at Josh. You have my dad cracking up. Good. See, this is just not a sports show. You learn crap here too. You learn how to take selfies. You don't take selfies looking down. It gives you 16,000 chins. You take a selfie looking up. So it gives you a nice thing on your neck there with no chins. I bet you when Frank comes on, he'll tell you the same thing. You don't take a selfie looking down, you take a selfie
Gosh.
looking up.
I'm just having fun with my camera. There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, don't do it looking down. Look it up. Do it. Look, take the freaking camera in your hand and raise your hand above your head. Then take your head and look at the freaking camera and smile and take the picture, you rat
Oh,
bastard.
for cripe's sake.
For Jiminy
I can't believe
Cricket's sake.
this.
Who the hell you think you are, Mike Greenberg?
I'm Sean Mann, the Boston Red Sox,
Fan.
Bruins, Celtic, and Patriot fan, and I'm sticking to it.
I don't care that you're that, but I want you to take selfies the correct way and not the crappy way where it gives you 16 million chins and makes you look like you're 59 years old.
Oh, criminy sakes. I can't believe this. I didn't come to a show to be harassed. Give me a break here.
I told you I had a bone to pick with you.
Why do you always have to? Okay, well, that's all right. I've been doing it with him for 6 years, so I think I'm familiar with.
You should listen to me. If you can't handle this, if you can't handle the truth, then you shouldn't be here. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
Exactly.
And if you can handle the truth,
Then this is a show for you. Right? Because that's what we do
Yes.
here. We speak our minds and we try to speak the truth, unlike other people on the TV. Correct?
correct.
Okay. So I'm just speaking my mind and speaking the truth. That's all. You guys go on Facebook. Look at the picture that Sean Mann put up there in his Boston Red Sox gear. Selfie picture with him looking down with his 16 million chins going on. And that's the first thing I noticed in the picture, Sean, was your 16,000 chins.
Well, maybe what I should end up doing is basically take all my pictures of myself down. Then everybody won't have to get on me about it.
No, don't take them down. Leave them up. It's nice. But instead of looking down, I don't want you to look down. I want you to look up to the sky.
What am I supposed to look up at the sky at? Like, am I supposed to talk to the sky or
Yes.
something like that?
I want you to look up at the heavens and say, "Here comes Sports World Radio, bitches." See, that made you laugh, didn't it? So that's what I want you to think about when you're taking your next picture. Looking up at the heavens, saying that. That'll put a smile on your face, and just click the picture.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
See how I got you now? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Roger?
Yeah. Well, I'm on my Facebook now, and I just uploaded a new cover photo of the Red Sox, and I'm going back memory lane to 1960.
Okay, we're not in the 1960s. We are in the 2014s, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes.
And your point?
And my point is the Red Sox are 0-1.
And my point is we still have a long season to make a lot of noise
Exactly.
this year.
So do me a favor. Put something up that's prevalent to 2014, not 1960.
Well, why couldn't I put something of Ted Williams up there, the greatest player who ever played the game?
He doesn't play for the Boston Red Sox in 2014. That's why.
But he's still a Red Sox great.
I understand that, and I get that, but it's 2004. Put Poppy there. Put the manager there. Put the shortstop there. Put the second. I don't give a flying fig Newton. Okay? It's Hey, you know something, Sean? You weren't even around in the 1960s, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes.
There's still a lot of good history there.
I understand that, but
And on top of that, we gotta go to
2014. That's the way it is. Sports World Radio.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Killer first segment if you're just joining us. We didn't talk any sports at all. I just kind of busted Sean's chops about the selfies he puts on Facebook. Stop looking down. Look up. Change the view.
All right.
Change the view, you rat bastard. Look up.
Oh, my God.
And we're not living in the 60s. We're living in 2014. So please, do me a favor and put something relevant in the 2014 Boston Red Sox on your Facebook page.
Isn't that a beautiful cover photo?
I'm not looking at
I'm
it.
at it right now. There's Green Monster. There's 1960.
I'm not
and
looking
that's
at
when the
it.
Reds.
I'm not logged in to Facebook because Facebook is driving me crazy lately. So I'm in it as less as possible. It's driving me crazy. Okay?
Wally the Green Monster. Thank you,
I gotcha.
Frank. Are your Cubs going to be good this year?
I don't think so. Did they lose again today or they didn't play?
I don't know. By the way, Frank, your Cubs are playing Wes's Pittsburgh Pirates, and he believes after one game the Pirates are going to go to the World Series and win.
No, please. You know something? I was thinking about that all day yesterday after the show. You know? And last year, didn't I make the bet with him that if the Pirates win the World Series, there'll be no more Sports World Radio? I won't do a show?
Yeah, you made a bet with him. Yep.
Right? I so want to do it again. Just because I am that confident. I am that confident that the Pirates will not win the World Series.
Frank goes, the Pirates have better odds than the Cubs.
I am so confident that they won't win the World Series. I want to do it again. It seems like every time I do it, though, I win. So what's the sense of doing it? Right?
Yeah, and speaking of which, since we haven't gotten to stories, we haven't finished up something we talked about yesterday, Jeff, and that is your National League wild cards. Jeff, who do you pick for your two teams for the National League wild card?
We didn't finish that yesterday, did we?
No, we didn't, and I have it up right now.
We should have finished that with what's his face. You know what? Let's wait to do that because I want Frank to jump in on that.
Okay,
I'll we got Frank.
Frank.
We got Frank coming in the second hour today. Frank, we want you to have ready for us your division winners in the American League and the National League, and get your wild cards ready for both as well, Frank. Okay,
Bathroom
when you come on.
Hobbit? Boy, you guys are really ripping me hard today, aren't you? Dr. Myth, hey, Myth Man,
He
if you
missed the
like
first.
bathrooms so much, why don't you go sleep in the bathrooms?
Well, listen to me. You're the reason why you have the name Bathroom Boy is because I asked you a question when the lights went out at the Superdome during the Super Bowl.
I remember that.
And I said to you, what was your first concern when the lights went out at the Super Bowl? And you said, all the people in the bathroom. What? Your
and
first
then you
concern?
all started ripping me about that.
Well, that was... You deserve to be ripped for that.
Oh, come on. You got to think of all the other people who use the bathroom, the concession stands, people sitting at the stadium. You got to think of everybody. I mean, it's the Super Bowl.
You got to be kidding me. That game's not sold out today? That's I'm watching the Padres opener right now.
Yeah.
Supposable home opener. It wasn't the home opener, really. Home opener was Sunday night, but they're doing their home opener again. That place isn't even sold out, man. They got field tickets. Field seats, I'm looking at it, are empty. Damn, if I would have known that, this show would not have been on. I would have been at the game.
Oh, Myth, you can go sleep in the bathroom. Hey, you know what? If Myth is talking about bathrooms, since I've kind of ended it, then Myth should consider sleeping in the bathroom if he has to continue to keep talking about it. Right, Dr. Myth? Right? Frank, if you are no longer the amateur bathroom hobbit.
Hey, Sean, next Super Bowl, you have to watch it from your bathroom.
Oh, great. So what am I supposed to do? Just twiddle my thumbs and watch it on a little television set? I'll grab one of those little TVs. Hey, touchdown! I'm in the bathroom. Woo!
Bring your laptop in there and just sit on the toilet and watch it right from your laptop.
Oh, but what about the batteries? My battery will need to be charged. I won't even be able to see the full game.
What? Battery? What's the matter with you? Don't you have a plug in your bathroom you can plug it into?
Oh, yeah, there's an outlet in there. That's right. There's an outlet. I can find one in there.
So next Super Bowl, you're sitting on your toilet watching it from your laptop on the full screen of your laptop. Just sitting there watching it.
Okay, that's a crock of a deal. I'm telling you, a crock of a deal.
I'll tell you what. I'll make even a better deal. If the Patriots play in the Super Bowl, you don't have to do that. If they're not in the Super Bowl, then you have to do that.
This is ridiculous. Oh, great. So what am I supposed to do? Where are my snacks? Where's my Coca-Cola and stuff like that?
Bring it all into the bathroom with you.
There's no microwave to pop the popcorn.
Well, during the commercials, you're allowed to get up out of the bathroom and go get your snacks and pop your popcorn, but you got to bring it back into the bathroom with you.
Jeez, stripes. guys are killing me today. Wow.
This way, if there's a blackout, you can worry about the people in the bathroom while you're in the bathroom.
Oh, my goodness.
You like that?
I think it's pretty boring if you ask me, because then it's like you sit there and you have, oh my gosh, and look at what they're talking about. All they're talking about is WrestleMania. If the power goes out at Mania 30, the Hobbit worries about.
If the power goes out at WrestleMania, I'm blaming Sean.
What? Why am I getting blamed for this? Oh my goodness.
The power goes out at WrestleMania, Sean's getting the blame.
You all suck.
Look at these guys. All they want to do is talk about wrestling.
Yeah, all they're talking about is because
Look
I
at them.
can't wait
Look
for
at these
Mania.
guys.
Yeah, and I know Jeff can't wait because he's got some big event he's watching this weekend.
Oh, I just told my dad, don't bother me on Sunday from about 2 o'clock in the afternoon till about 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'm watching nothing but wrestling. Do not bother me.
Okay, so
My freaking Skype is not even going to be on Sunday, so don't even think you're getting in touch with me.
we'll be like, hey, Jeff, where are you at, Jeff? Your Skype,
I'm
Jeff.
not turning nothing on but my WWE network, and that is it. And that's all I'm going to. And starting on tomorrow, I even watched the freaking Who's What's It this morning. They had a WWE press conference. I even watched that this morning.
Vince McMahon has ruined my entertainment. He's no worse than Roger Goodell.
Who said that?
Frank said.
Hey, Frank, you got a quiz coming up today, don't you?
Oh, great. The Frank quiz. Let's see what this one's about.
No, he had some homework to do. I wonder if he did it.
Ooh.
He had some homework to do. He was supposed to do something last night, and I don't know if he did it. But we're going to find out when he comes on the show.
Well, anyway, we'll wait till the next hour until Frank gives his picks about who he says.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's a story for you, Jeff. We haven't really talked much sports. How about this? My encyclopedia man just gave me this now. Barry Bonds returns to Pittsburgh, and Barry Bonds got booed horribly with the Pirate fans.
That's not what I heard. I heard he got a standing ovation. So there's conflicting reports.
Well, what my encyclopedia man just put here, he says, Barry Bonds is hated in Pittsburgh and probably everywhere else.
What the hell does he know? Encyclopedia boy. What the hell does he know?
I don't know what encyclopedia man knows.
What the hell does he know?
After 21 years, it appears the old wounds surrounding Bonds' abrupt departure have started to heal, too. Bonds drew a mix of boos and cheers while presenting current Pittsburgh center fielder Andrew McCutchen with the 2013 National League MVP.
Yeah, I had to eat crow with that, but I'm not going to do it. Come on, Ian Kennedy. I need you to pitch brilliantly today. You know what? We're speaking baseball. Barry Bonds, his head is a lot smaller. We talked about this yesterday. In the game today, the Padres and Dodgers, right?
Yeah.
I have Ian Kennedy on my fantasy team. So he's pitching the game for the Padres. But you know who else I have on my fantasy baseball team?
Who?
Who I have on my fantasy baseball team every year, for probably every year since we've been doing it. There's been one person that's been on my fantasy baseball team every single year. Since we've been doing this. You know who it is. You damn well know who it is. Zach Greinke.
Yeah, you had to pick Zach Greinke right there for
Every
your fantasy.
year I have him on my team. He's pitching for the Dodgers today. So I got two pitchers pitching against each other today. Woo! Go team.
Well, anyway, actually, it's not Encyclopedia Man's fault. It's Frank who comes up with the stories and gives them to me, because Frank comes in on Tuesday and Thursdays. So Barry Bonds yesterday got a mixture of cheers and boos because he played with the Pittsburgh Pirates. He won the 1990 and 1992 MVP awards while playing for the Pirates from 86 to 92. Hey, he led the team to 3 straight NL East titles.
Yeah, when he wasn't on steroids.
Yeah, well, Jeff, if you were at the Pirates game, would you cheer him or would you boo him?
I'll give you one guess.
Simple. It's an automatic boo.
Automatic. Boo!
And then he comes up to Jeff and he says, "Hey, Mr. Eska, how'd you like my autograph? I'm Barry Bonds."
I don't really care. See you, wouldn't want to be you.
Well, anyway, Wes is all happy because, again, he says not only did Barry Bonds come back there, but the Pirates are on pace to have lots of wins, and we're talking in the triple digits.
Yeah,
105, 110.
Yeah, they're on pace to be 162-0. Get the hell out of here, you jackass.
You know, he's trying to, and like I said yesterday's show, Wes is trying to figure out whatever he can, everybody, to get at us because he wants to get at us since his Steelers didn't even make it to the playoffs.
He's still crying about that.
Yeah, he's still upset about it. He's in mourning.
He's still crying about that. Is that ridiculous or what? Is that ridiculous or what? That's crazy. Hey, we're going to run to a quick break. You're listening to Sports World Radio right here on SportsWorldRadio.com.
Sports World Radio.
To the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Sports World Radio. I'm the host, Jeff Eskow. Joining me like he does each and every weekday here for our 2-hour show, Sean Mann. All right, Shawnee, what's the next topic of the day, buddy? Or the first topic? We did the first topic, so what's the next topic?
All right, Jeff, the next story we're going to go to your New York Giants. They re-signed defensive tackle Mike Patterson and added cornerback Zach Bowman on Monday. Your thoughts?
Nice. Good. See, they're doing something. I'd like to see him go after Deshaun Jackson, but I don't think that's happening. I think freaking Washington's going to end up with him.
Yeah, the last I heard from today is that Deshaun Jackson and the Redskins are working on a deal where he would end up playing there.
Yeah, and I don't like the sounds of that.
Because Deshaun Jackson, since he wants to stay in the NFC East division, all he wants to do is pretty much go after his former team, the Eagles.
Stick it to Philadelphia. And
Where are you, Browning? Where are you, TCB?
And I don't blame him. They see, look, something happens, bad happens to their team. Sons of bitches, they don't show up. Sons of bitches don't show up. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Frank, it is a good addition. Zach Bowman, he's a good addition. That helps the Giants secondary out a lot.
It's going to be a good year for the Giants, I think, with a new offense, better defense. Should be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. I can't believe, look at that, man. I'm looking at Petco Park right now. Look at all the empty seats. Jeez Louise, man. I'd be there in a heartbeat. Look at that. The best broadcaster in the world does Padre games. Dick Enberg. That's so great. I get to listen to Dick Enberg on TV every Padre game. How beautiful is that?
Well, he's one of your favorites, though. Dick
Yeah, he sure is, man. He's one of my idols. Sure is. Hey, what's up there, Nicholas?
Hey, Nick. Good to see you there, bud. So, the Giants made a big move. Here's another story from the NFL. Safety Ryan Clark returns to the Redskins. He's returning to Washington after the veteran free agent safety agreed to a deal on Monday. I'm telling you, that NFC East is going to be a one tough division. You talk about the AFC East. Well, the AFC East is not really tough, but the NFC East I've always thought of as one of the toughest divisions in NFL football. What do you guys think?
It used to be the toughest division in NFL football. I don't think it's that anymore. They better get back to that. I think now the toughest division in NFL football is the NFC West. And it could be the AFC Central as well. That AFC Central is freaking wild.
The AFC
Right?
Central is very, very wild. The AFC North is pretty tough. You got, of course, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Frank, I agree. The AFC West, very competitive. When you think about the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Chargers.
Well, that just started to happen. That wasn't like that for a It just started to come back to that. I mean, think about how all the years that the NFC East was dominant. You know,
Yep.
and now over in the AFC Central with freaking Pittsburgh and Baltimore and Cincinnati. You know, that's pretty freaking hot right there. You know, the AFC West with San Diego, KC, and Denver now, sure.
And here's the thing: when you
How
think
about about the NFC West?
NFC West, I'm going to consider that rivalry just between Seattle and San Francisco. I've kind of called that the new rivalry of this decade.
And Arizona's playing.
battles.
Arizona's playing well too. So come on, you know.
Yeah. Of course, the NFL, like I said, it could be different in the upcoming years if the NFL decides. And another story, to still go from 12 teams to 14 teams for the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, well, I hate that. You know how much I hate that. I'm shocked that you haven't brought up a particular subject yet. I thought for sure you were going to start the show off with it. I'm shocked that you haven't brought it up yet.
Well, you had a bone to pick with me, and I had to bring it to you there, young man.
Well, I brought the bone to pick with you. Why don't you bring that subject that you're dying to bring up?
All right, well, here's an NFL story, another one.
Come on.
Jackson and the Redskins making progress. The Washington Redskins and wide receiver appear to move closer to an agreement on a contract with ESPN. Jackson arrived in Northern Virginia on Monday night and dined with members of the Redskins coaching staff, including Coach Jay Gruden. He later went to a club with current Redskins cornerback D'Angelo Hall and wide receiver Pierre Garcion.
That's not the topic I thought you were bringing. I'm shocked.
I went with the Deshaun Jackson because I knew we wanted to get that out of the way.
I don't really care. I want you to bring the other one up. Bring it. You're dying to bring it, so bring it.
What would that be?
What's the matter with you? Unless you don't know, I'm shocked. If you don't know, I'm shocked.
You're shocked, and I have another bone to pick with me?
No, I'm shocked. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about this, or did I see, or did I not see? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't the New England Patriots make a trade today?
There was an April Fool that I saw that the Patriots acquired Peterson, but that came out to be a farce.
Damn, you didn't bite on it, did you?
I saw that and I thought, whoa, we just got a running back. But then I was like, oh, you April Fooled me. And I was like, oh, shucks.
I was trying to get him to bite on it. He wouldn't bite on it.
But I knew you were trying to get at me for that. But no, the Patriots trying to make a move for a wide receiver or maybe get Adrian Peterson, but that's not going to happen.
Wow, that's a real shocking, bold choice right there, Nick. I mean, Frank. My bold choice is Cowboys will be looking for a new head coach 2015. No kidding.
Don't say that to Jerry Jones. He believes he's got his future Hall of Fame quarterback and also his future coach.
Yeah, 34-year-old quarterback. Way to go there, you schmuck. Don't get me started on Dallas, please.
I won't.
Keep away from the Cowboys because I could do a whole 2 hours on them, and I don't want to. I could do a whole 2 hours of Cowboy bashing, but I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to. No question about it. Frank will have a Manziel as
Frank
Bears
will have
quarterback.
Manziel as Bears quarterback. Get there's
Listen
another
to these
one.
people.
Johnny Manziel will maybe play in the NFL maybe 3 years, maybe 4, and that's about it. I don't see him playing in the NFL at all long.
Yeah?
That's right. I said it, Frank. I could do 2 hours of Cowboy bashing easy.
And if Frank came in here, boy, I'd like to see Jeff and Frank go at it about that topic.
What? Cowboys?
Yeah,
No,
Cowboys.
I don't want to because it's disgusting. It's not a reason to talk about it. We're not in the NFL season. There's no reason to talk about it.
Yeah, not there yet.
No, we're in baseball season for Jiminy Cricket's sakes.
I don't even want to think about the NFL until maybe middle or late August.
Well, yeah, you will have to next year, I think. What is it, next month or is it this month that you got the NFL draft?
Well, I think it's going to be, I think it's this month in late April. I'd have to take a look.
You got the Arena League with the LA Kiss.
Ugh, boy.
That should be fun. What a great name for a team. The LA Kiss.
Oh, hey, that's what Nicholas said.
Man, huh?
Is when the NFL draft is. And it won't be long, everybody, that the NFL schedules will be officially out about when the season opens up.
Great.
Starting on a Thursday night when the defending Super Bowl champion Seahawks play.
Great.
On NBC. And then you got your Thursday night schedule on CBS. 8 games.
Great. Thank you.
Right, Frank. Once again, Roger Goodell is screwing the NFL.
Yeah, he's making, you know what? The NFL is screwing the NFL, and I'm getting tired of talking about the NFL.
Just wait until Mark Cuban says, see, I told you suckers that apparently the NFL in 10 years is going to be in bad shape.
I'm getting tired of it. Getting tired of talking about the NFL.
Who should the Seahawks open up against? You know what? Why don't they open up against San Francisco? Have a rematch of the NFC Championship game.
They
There
open
you
up
go.
against the Patriots.
Patriots going to Seattle, spoil their party? That'd be nice.
Yeah, open up the Patriots. This way the Patriots can start off 0-1.
No! We don't want that to happen.
Yeah, we do. We want the Patriots to be 0-1. Hey, let me ask you a question. Did Boston start the season off 0-1, the Celtics?
Yes, the Celtics started the season off 0-1.
Okay, so the Celtics started the season 0-1. The Red Sox starting the season 0-1.
No.
I need New England to start the season 0-1. Hey, did the Boston Bruins start the season 0-1?
The Bruins did not start the season 0-1.
They won their first game of the year?
Yeah, and they're on a roll right now.
Yeah, they stink anyway.
Oh, wow. That's why they got the best record in all of hockey.
Well, that doesn't mean they're going to win the Stanley Cup.
Oh, they got a very good chance to win the
Doesn't
Cup.
mean-
Just
I-
like
I
I heard
hope
all
not.
you people saying the Red Sox would not win the World Series. Then look what happened last year. Yeah,
So that
I
would
rest
be-
my case.
So that would be great. Let's have New England start off in Seattle, so New England can go 0-1, and then this way 3 of the 4 teams started their season this year 0-1 in Boston.
And then you'll stick it into my face. You'll give me a bad time.
Damn Skippy, I will. Damn Skippy, I will.
How about we do this? Have the Giants start 0-1. The Knicks start 0-1. Yeah, there you go.
Really, big deal. Go ahead.
Plenty of New York teams can start 0-1 for all I care.
I don't care. They all could start 0-1 for all I give a fig Newton about. Okay? One game don't mean nothing at the beginning of the season. Until you get that out of your system, then you're going to be freaking out. Oh my God, they lost. I'm depressed. The Red Sox lost their first game. They're 0-1. I'm depressed.
They'll bounce back. Yeah, they'll bounce back. Come on, I got a long season here.
They'll bounce back. Check you out. They'll bounce back.
Yeah, they'll bounce back. Yeah, come on, long season here.
You think so? Nah,
Yeah.
I think they're going to go on like a 13-game losing streak.
If that happens, don't talk to me.
The Red Sox and the Pirates each go on a 13-game losing streak.
Oh, great. You won't hear anything from me.
You won't hear anything from Wes either.
Well, Wes will be like, oh, don't worry, Jeff, Sean. I got the Pittsburgh Penguins in the playoffs, and they can go all the way to the Cup.
Yeah, great. Gotta love that, don't you? You gotta love that. Hey, we're gonna come up to our first and only, not only, but our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by Keurig.coffeemachines.com. For all your Keurig products, head on over to KeurigCoffeemachines.com. You need coffee, you need tea, you need a new coffee machine? Head on over to KeurigCoffeemachines.com. Brewing perfection, one cup at a time. That's KeurigCoffeemachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
Welcome, everybody, to Sports World Radio on this April 1st, 2014. We are 45 minutes past the hour, 6:45 p.m. on the east, which makes it 3:45 p.m. on the west. And if you live in that central, you need to figure it out for yourself. Yesterday in the NBA, here we go. Let's see the finals. The Bobcats 100 and the Wizards 94. How about this matchup? The San Antonio Spurs. Spurs go in to Indiana and beat the Pacers 103-77. Hawks 103, 76ers 95. That's big news for Knicks fans because the Knicks are right behind Atlanta for that last spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Pistons 116, the Pistons 116 and the Bucks 11. Milwaukee is on pace to becoming one of the worst teams in NBA history. They could possibly go 14-68. The Raptors and the Heat, yesterday the Heat take the game 93-83. They move to a first place tie with the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference. The Bulls, they pull away 94-80 over the Celtics. The Clippers 114, Timberwolves 104, Kings 102, Pelicans 97. Hey Jeff, do you have a Pelicans hat?
No, I don't. No, I don't, and I don't want one.
Grizzlies 94, and the Nuggets 92. In another game, the Knicks win a big game. The Knicks win 92-83 against the Jazz. So they stay one back of the Hawks in that Eastern Conference playoff picture. Tonight, here are the games, 3 of them. The NBA on TNT, here's what we got for the doubleheader. You got the Rockets at the Nets and the Trailblazers at the Lakers. The other game, then, this is a big one, everybody. Remember, we talked about this in the Western Conference. Warriors at the Mavericks, and that's a battle for, like, the number 7 spot in the Western Conference. Both Golden State and Dallas battling it out. In the National Hockey League, here are the games that we have. We have 11 of them tonight. The Devils at the Sabres, Flames at Maple Leafs, Panthers at Islanders, Hurricanes at Penguins, Stars at Capitals, Avalanche at Blue Jackets, Canadians at Lightning, Flyers at Blues, and that's on the NBC Sports Network, known as the Versus Network. Rangers at Canucks, Jets at Coyotes, and the Oilers at Sharks. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
World Radio, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. I'm the host, Jeff Escow. Sean Mann, the co-host, joining me like he does all the time here at Sports World Radio. I'm sitting here watching the game, and I'm talking to Sean, watching Padre-Dodger games. It's 2-0 Dodgers. Puig hit a 2-run homer. I'm watching the game. Andre Ethier is up, who's on my fantasy baseball team. Ian Kennedy's pitching, who's on my fantasy baseball team. Ian Kennedy strikes out Andre Ethier. So I get points for the strikeout for Ian Kennedy, and I get points taken away from the strikeout for Andre Ethier. I can't win. And I'm getting smoked in my baseball league. Gary's smoking me this week. I'm down, I think, almost 200 points. It's ridiculous. What are you doing over there, laughing at me?
No, I got another story.
No, I got another story. Shut up, Jeff. Well, go ahead, you rat bastard.
Well, as you all know, the Masters in golf is coming up, and Tiger Woods has back surgery. And, Jeff, I wanted to talk with you about that. What's your thoughts about Tiger Woods missing the Masters?
I need some back surgery. My back is killing me, man.
Anybody going to be watching the Masters? I know Jeff is watching the Masters coming up.
Yeah, I'll be watching the Masters. I always watch the Masters.
How about this? It'll be the first time in 20 years that Tiger Woods
will
not play in the event at the Masters.
Yeah, well, he hasn't won lately, so it really doesn't matter.
He hasn't won in a long time.
Correct. He hasn't won in a long time, and I don't see him winning it this year anyway, so take it off. And he's 4 back of Jack for the all-time to tie him. So,
right.
And what is he, 37? 38?
Mm-hmm.
So he's only got 12 more years left to do it before he goes on the Champions Tour, so he's got to get it done. Plus, he's trying to beat the age thing, too, you know. I don't remember the age when Jack won his 18th. Trying to beat that as well. So we'll see what happens.
So 20 years, yeah, it should be a great Masters to win that green jacket.
I'll be watching it anyway without him. I mean, I don't root for him. I pick the field against him every year anyway, so.
Well, who do you think has a good chance of winning the Masters, Jeff?
Look at him. My biology teacher can fix that. I bet she could. I'd like to see Phil win it again. I mean, you got all these young guys now. I mean, phew, a whole bunch of these young guys, you know? So it's a lot of fun to watch. I enjoy it. You know,
yeah, it should be a great Masters like it always is. And with golf, you know, all the big events are coming up, and it won't be long, and the U.S. Open will be here in a few months.
Yeah. And speaking of the U.S. Open, the golf course out here, Torrey Pines, just got the U.S. Open for the 2021 year. So that'll be cool.
Jeff will be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'll be old and decrepit by then.
In this story that we're talking about, it's not yet clear whether Woods will return in time for the U.S. Open at Pinehurst number 2. That's June 12th through June 15th, or the Open Championship at Royal Liverpool on July 17th through July 20th. So no indication of when Tiger Woods will be back.
Nah, he's not going to be back for a while. He probably will play a tournament before one of the majors that he's going to play in to make sure he's okay, and then boom. That's when you'll find out that he's playing in a major.
That's incredible, Frank. So in 2003, you were only 5 miles away from the U.S. Open. Wow.
Big deal. I was at the U.S. Open last time it was here.
Getting the autographs?
Next time the U.S. Open is here, if I'm not old and decrepit, I'm going to see if I can make the U.S. Open and play in it.
Ooh, there you go.
Because that's why it's called the U.S. Open. Anybody could qualify for it. You just got to go through the qualifying rounds, which means a lot of practice. And the way my back is lately, I couldn't swing a stick. You know? I got back problems like freaking Tiger.
Yeah, in 1997.
Right now, I can't turn my neck right. So.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm in a little bit of pain. But I'm you know what? I'm in a little bit of pain. But I'm here doing the show. See that, Tiger? I'm here.
And I'm doing the show.
I don't know yet, Josh. I haven't figured that out.
In 1997, in his first major championship as a pro, Woods won the Masters by a record 12 shots, the first of his 14 major titles. He went on to win the Masters in 2001, 2002, only the fourth to defend his title at Augusta National, and 2005.
I can't stand Tiger.
Well, all the trouble he got himself into. That's why things have kind of slowed down for him.
Yeah, I can't stand Tiger. I didn't like him before he got in trouble, and I didn't like him after he got in trouble, so it didn't make a difference to me.
Nick says go to a chiropractor.
Yeah, I wish I could. I'll probably do it, Josh, on the Friday show on the second hour, since it's just me and Sean. Probably do it then.
Sweet.
All right, so what's your next topic?
That covers Tiger Woods.
What's your next topic you got?
Another story that I got for you. I know we're trying to avoid talking about the NFL, but how about this? Minnesota's Super Bowl committee has submitted a preliminary bid to host the 2018 Super Bowl game.
Do they have a stadium right now?
The Vikings.
No, they don't. They freaking not playing in the Superdome, yeah, whatever the hell it is called.
Metrodome.
The Metrodome, because that thing imploded, correct?
Correct.
From all the snow that was on it, so they can't play there, right? So they're playing in an outdoor stadium until their stadium is built, correct?
Correct.
So how can they put in a bid for a Super Bowl if they don't even have a freaking stadium to play their home games in?
I don't know either, and I think if you're Minnesota, you shouldn't be focusing on the Super Bowl in 2018. If you're the Vikings, you just kind of have to realize and understand you need to focus on your new stadium, where they're going to be playing in an outdoor stadium, because before the Metrodome, they played in the old Metropolitan Stadium.
Who's to say that they're going to be in Minnesota when that Super Bowl comes?
True.
What year? 2000 and what?
February 4th, 2018.
4 years from now?
Yeah.
Will they have enough time to build a stadium? Is 4 years enough time for them to get the stadium built?
Possibly.
How do you know? Because they lose 6 to 7, maybe 8 months a year because of winter.
Mm-hmm. The Vikings revealed, how about this, some details of the bid, which included a list of 48 potential venues throughout Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Bloomington for various activities.
They need to build a new stadium out there so they can get the Super Bowl out in San Diego every year.
That's true.
Because that's the most logical place to have it. It freaking never rains, never snows. It's beautiful.
The NFL experience, a football theme park set up at the Super Bowl site each year, would likely be held at the Minneapolis, how about this, Jeff, Convention Center.
Yeah. Well, I can't say anything because when the Super Bowl was out here, the last time the Super Bowl was out here, they did everything at the Convention Center down here, too, in downtown San Diego. They had all the ESPN shows at downtown San Diego. It was pretty cool.
Before we go to commercial break, Nick, to answer your question, I think the reason why is because if Minnesota can't have enough money to get themselves a new stadium, then possibly the Vikings move out of Minnesota and become the L.A. Vikings. Remember, Los Angeles is still looking for a football team.
Yeah, but Nick's also said that they're building them Minnesota's building them a new stadium. Why would they leave?
Yeah.
True. I understand that. But are they building the stadium for them, or are they building the stadium for the Super Bowl? Think about that while we go to the break. And on the other side of the break, we will have Frank Sprankle joining us. You're listening to Sports World Radio right here on SportsWorldRadio.com.
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey, Hey, everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, kiddos. Sports World Radio here. I'm the host, Jeff Escow, with Sean Mann, like we always are. And joining us in the second hour, it's Tuesday, right? Yeah, so it must be. So joining us in the second hour, our good friend Frank Sprankle. What's going on there? What's the word there, Frankie?
Oh, my goodness, Jeff. I think everybody in the Western world that worships freedom was waiting for me to come on. They were waiting for Tuesday with the great anticipation of my presence. So, hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday once and all. And by the way, if I can say this, you know what? I don't know if I really like sports anymore.
What? What's the matter with you? Come on, it's 7:04.
You know, and sports to me is a drag. Sports to me is a bore. It's not. It's just not interesting.
Oh, come on. Your Blackhawks are in the playoffs. Your Bulls are going to be in the playoffs. Come on. You should be happy about that since you listen to Chicago.
Sean, if you're up with that, I only got 2 words for you, and they're not suck it. April Fools.
That's why. Well, Frank, you could have been here. I made a joke saying I won't be doing any more Sports World Radio, and I April Fooled Jeff. And what the hell does he do? He hangs up on me.
Dude,
yeah, I did that.
Sports is not only the biggest entertainment value for me. In the end, it's the only entertainment value for me.
Hey, Frank.
I don't find it in movies. I don't find it in plays. I only find it in sports.
Frank, you know what I did the show when he did that April Fool's joke? He said he didn't want to talk sports no more like you just did? Okay, goodbye. There you go. That's what you do. You just hang up on the son of a bitch. That's all.
I'll be like, fine, hang up on me. What do I care?
Hey, Frank, my internet went out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen. Doesn't modern technology suck?
Why?
Because we have to depend on modern technology. It does us the great good if it works, but if it doesn't, then all of a sudden our lives are all screwed up.
I know, Josh. I know Frank's mic keeps cutting in now because his connection sucks. Holy hell!
What do you mean it sucks? Hey, I got a mic at your request, so don't you go bitching and complaining about that, Jeff. I got my headset mic.
Great, Frank. Let's give you a gold star on your chart.
That was a great one. One for Sean.
Dude, Sean, I'm about to give you the lethal dose of smack in a moment.
Bring it. Have too much beer to help you out to drown your sorrows.
See the problem with you, Frank, is you're gonna tell him that you're gonna do it, and Sean just does it. That's the difference right there.
Hey, Sean, I have a question. Are we on the pre-WrestleMania card for Sunday?
What? Should we start arranging it and scheduling pre-WrestleMania?
Hey, dude, weapons are legal.
Oh, you want to go no disqualification, huh?
Dude, forget that. Yeah, absolutely. Anything goes.
You want to go no disqualification? Then I'm in. I'm going to kick your candy ass.
Oh, wait, so it's going to be a handicap match?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
handicap match.
Yeah, no, it's actually going to be the 3 of us. 1-on-1-on-1. Triple threat match.
Triple threat. Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Dude, that rules.
First, I'm going to beat the crap out of you, and then I'm going to beat the crap out of Sean.
You don't have the guts to. Give me a break.
Wait, so you say you're going to go after me first and then Sean.
Yeah.
How do you know you're going to get past me, punk?
Me and Sean are going to beat the... see, this is how it's going to happen. Sean and I are going to beat the crap out of you first.
Yeah, you're not... Yeah, I want to see you try, you worthless little punk.
And then Sean and I are going to beat the crap out of each other afterwards.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Jeff will be on the ground, and I'll be the last one standing and walking, saying, I am the champion. We're going to go get some champagne to celebrate.
Yeah, taking selfies of you looking down and showing your 45 chins.
Hey, you know what? Forget you, Jeff. I'll get you, Jeff. But I think I'm going to go after the little piece of crap, Josh. Because he says he can beat the 3 of us.
Actually, I got something. Actually, hold on, boys. I got something even better than that. Me and Josh against you two with Nicholas as the referee in a tag team no disqualification match.
Dude, I don't know if that's a good idea, dude, because I would knock the ref down. I don't care if it's Nicholas or not.
The
All right.
see,
All
that's
against
perfect.
all. Nick, you're involved in this. Let's see how well you all can go up against me.
That's perfect. We have Nicholas because he's the big guy. We have him as the referee. This way, if Frank hits him, Nicholas will just crack him right back. Look at Nicholas. Look at Nicholas. I could be bought.
You can be bought. Oh, dude, Nicholas. Hey, you know what? Nicholas is no better than Daniel Snyder, then.
Actually, what we should do is it should be me and Nicholas and let Josh be the referee.
Oh, jeez.
That's what we should do. You know why? Because Nicholas and Frank co-host and host the show, and Sean and I co-host and host the show. So we put everybody on the opposite teams, and then we go at each other. I like that idea.
Hey, guys, anyway, I'm going to get started. And by the way, I've enjoyed, dude, one thing about you two, always nonstop entertainment, nonstop comedy, nonstop drama. Hey, let me ask you this. What about Donald Trump potentially getting back into ownership of professional football? Did you hear about this, guys?
No.
Oh, Donald Trump. How about that, Jeff?
Bring it on, Trumpy.
And it is within your division, Sean. Of course, with the passing of Ralph Wilson last week, Donald Trump is showing some interest of becoming part owner of the Buffalo Bills with the sole purpose to keep the Bills in Buffalo. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
It's cold up there.
I would say that we've heard this story plenty of times before. I thought I heard that Donald Trump wanted to own another New York team. I thought he was looking at owning. Didn't I hear a couple years ago that he wanted to be part owner of the New York Mets, and that fell through?
That's
the
because
New York
Major
Mets,
League
I don't
Baseball,
remember
that's
that.
because they won't let him in.
He was trying to inquire about being an owner somewhere in New York.
Well, have you guys seen the ESPN 30 for 30, What Killed the USFL? I don't remember the actual title.
Donald Trump.
It was well, Donald Trump was one of the reasons that the USFL did not last.
Right. Yep. Donald Trump killed the USFL, no doubt about it. No doubt.
And I know. Look, look here. As far as Donald Trump goes, I know he's a sports fan. I know he's a football fan. But do you think he would actually devote a lot of time? Because one thing I have learned about Donald Trump is that he has devoted plenty of time to his work. As a matter of fact, you ask his kids that are now grown up, they said they never had a close relationship with Trump, considering that he was always working. So I don't know if Trump would, in the end, maybe he's giving it some consideration.
You know what he would do, Frank? You know what he would do, Frank? He would he would let people in charge of that who know what the hell he was doing, and he would step away because he doesn't know how to GM. He doesn't really know how to be an owner. He would let people who know how to do that for him.
Dude, I'm available for general manager work.
Jerry Jones, take a lesson.
I got to give you, dude. Jerry Jones. Yeah, Jerry Jones, take a listen. Forget Donald Trump. Jerry Jones should hire me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Jerry Jones could say, "Hey, Donald Trump, how would you like to be my next general manager of the Cowboys?"
You know what, Frank? You know what, Frank?
I actually considered going into pro scouting and possibly working my way up to a general manager.
What, Frank?
I thought about it for a little bit, but in the end, I figured out broadcasting was the easier route to go.
I would like to see you as the general manager of Dallas Cowboys, because then I would have an inside track. I'd be able to talk to you all the time and rip you right on the phone, and you just sit there and laugh at me. That would be great.
Whoa, hey, you know what? One thing I was general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, you have to get a great offensive line. Not only do you have to get a great offensive line, we talk about Tony Romo, and I know you don't want to hear those two words, Tony Romo, but he is 34 years old. You might want to look at drafting a younger quarterback in getting ready for the future beyond Tony Romo.
Tony Romo is the future of the Cowboys. We're not getting another quarterback. Yes, because I said so.
At 34 years old, Tony Romo's the future of the Cowboys.
That's what Jerry Jones said.
Well, just saying, Jerry Jones could possibly say, "Hey, Jeff, how would you like to be general manager of the Cowboys?
No, give it to Frank.
I'll offer you a good deal, and I'll find a nice home for you."
No, give it to Frank.
Well, I'll make Frank assistant general manager.
Make him the manager.
Assistant general manager, dude. I'm either general manager there's no assistant general manager of me. I'm either the general manager or I'm the vice president of football operations.
You could be the vice president. You know what? You could be the vice president of crap.
Wait, are you talking about the vice president of Crapola?
Yeah, because that's what you're going to be. You're not getting anything with the Dallas Cowboys, so you could be the vice president of crap.
So wait, I can't even become vice president of the United States?
No.
Dude,
no shot.
I can say this, that you just wait until this summer comes, and Jerry Jones is going to come right out, and he's going to say this. I guarantee the Dallas Cowboys are going to be a playoff team. I guarantee we have a good chance to win the Super Bowl, and we're going to do it all.
Yes, Nicholas, I did see that on Conan last night. What are the major causes of heart attacks in Texas? Tony Romo. I thought that was hysterical.
Oh, dude, even Conan is ripping into the Dallas Cowboys. Dude, Jerry Jones, you've got a major problem. And when Conan O'Brien rips into your team, you might want to take a look at that.
Well, he's doing his shows from Texas, from Dallas, this week.
Well, hey, still.
You know, Conan's doing his shows from Texas this week. And he had Dirk Nowitzki on asking him questions.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
It was freaking hysterical. And I'm not a Conan guy, but when I saw that right there, Dirk Nowitzki asked him, what are the major causes of heart attacks in Texas? And Conan answers, Tony Romo. I thought that was great.
So is Conan getting the VIP treatment? I mean, is he going to a Rangers game? Hey, is he also going to Six Flags over Texas? By the way, Six Flags theme parks rules.
I don't know, and I don't know, and frankly, I don't give a damn.
I have been on every ride at Six Flags Great America.
In Illinois?
Yeah, in Gurney, right across the just across the Wisconsin state line.
I've been to the ones up here in California as well. Hey, we're going to run to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Sports World Radio right here on SportsWorldRadio.com.
Sports World Radio.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to the show here at Sports World Radio. These guys are having the wackiest conversation on hold. They're talking about going on roller coasters and going to water parks. And I turn around to them and I said, yeah, that's what I want to do. Walk around water parks looking at hot chicks soaking wet and I can't touch any of them. Boing. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah. That's my time of spending a good afternoon walking around, soaking wet, looking at a chick's glistening, soaking wet, and I can't touch him. The hell out of here.
Jesus Christ, you guys are killing me.
You guys are crazy.
This is what you get for inviting me on.
I know. Maybe I'll stop doing it. I know. Maybe I'll stop doing it.
Well, come on. There's nothing wrong with going on a roller coaster ride. All you're doing is having fun and stuff
I
like
didn't say that. What did I say?
I was laughing away. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wait, I think that I think that was the sound equivalent to a boner.
Yes, it was. That's what I need to walk around a water park with chicks in hot ass bikinis, soaking freaking wet, smoking freaking hot, and that's your day? That's your way of spending a good day? You can't touch any of them? Yeah, great. And then you end up going home alone? Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, that's my day.
Sean,
that's my way
Sean,
of
you got to
spending
come
a
up
day.
with something, buddy. What do you want to talk about?
I would rather have a tag team match than do that.
All right, well, let's see.
Who would Sean, please come up with something quick.
All right.
He's not that quick.
I have been waiting to do this with you for a long time, Frank. And
Whoa, what's that? You're going to bring it to me? What, are you going to be like Dwayne Johnson and just bring it?
Okay, Frank, let's talk about your thoughts about Major League Baseball and who you think is going to win the American League East this year.
That's going to be, I think, the most interesting division to watch in all of baseball. And you got to understand this, too. With what the Yankees have acquired, they're all of a sudden in the thick of the race. It is going to be very interesting. I think you're going to have a divisional winner and you're going to have a wild card recipient come out of that division. In the end, I do think the Red Sox do have, and I'm not saying this to please you. I know they lost yesterday, but I do think the Red Sox have what it takes to contend for a divisional title. So I'm going to say the Red Sox will win that division, the AL East. However, don't just watch out for the Yankees. Watch out for the team that beat your Red Sox yesterday, the Baltimore Orioles. They were in the thick of the race. Dude, they were in the thick of the race last year. It's going to be interesting to see, how does Chris Davis respond after such a career year in 2013? Very interesting it's going to be. Not to mention you add Ubaldo Jimenez. You added some depth at the pitching. I'm telling you, that AL East, I think the Red Sox are going to win it, but I see the Red Sox winning it. And I'll be honest, one of the two wild cards, I honestly think Baltimore is going to come out as one of the two wild cards.
Yeah, we'll get to the wild cards in a second, Frank.
He doesn't follow directions well, does he?
Excuse me?
We are not at the wild cards yet. We're talking divisions, Jeff.
Exactly. Frank doesn't follow directions well, does he?
You should ask my grade school teachers.
You obviously don't, because
my grade school teachers will tell you the same thing.
Well, he asked you for an AFC East winner. He didn't ask you for a wild card.
Would you just Sean, go on. AL Central?
The American League Central, buddy. Who do you got?
Okay, I got, once again, the Detroit Tigers. You obviously are seeing a competitive division with the White Sox. How well are they going to do? Remember, they're just two. They had a bad year last year. But what about the Kansas City Royals? The Royals, they got a lot of young and up-and-coming talent. I don't think they're quite ready to make a serious run yet. But the Royals are an up-and-coming team. But until then, I have to say the Tigers.
You're going to go with the Tigers there.
For another divisional title, but I think the Royals are not too far behind.
We talked about the Royals yesterday, Jeff and I did, and that should be a great race. In the American League West, Frank?
Ooh, now that's going to be a very competitive division. It's almost flip a coin who wins that division, because I think that division, you may have all four teams possibly. Well, we'll see how the Mariners factor, of course, with Robinson Cano added to the mix. But as far as the AL West, I think I'm going to take the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They got some good bats in their lineup. I did have a chance to see their game last night against the Mariners. I know it wasn't quite the outcome they were hoping for, but I got to say the Angels.
You're going to say the Angels in that. Well, we'll have to see how well the Angels do, because you got to remember, every time people have picked the Angels to make a lot of noise, they fall short. But we'll see. I'm going to give them another try. Jeff picked the Angels too.
Here's the thing. Go ahead, because I was going to say, here's the thing about the Angels. Their bats have got to start producing. You got Josh Hamilton, when you got obviously Albert Pujols, and not to mention you got the new $144.5 million player in the young Mike Trout. You're looking at guys that are power hitters. These guys have really got to mesh together and produce. So I think there's a lot of pressure on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim this particular year.
Yeah, it should be a really good race in the American League West.
I think they're the most pressure team.
Frank, your thoughts on the two AL wildcard teams? Who do you have?
I already said the Baltimore Orioles are going to be one. And why am I leaning toward possibly maybe taking maybe the Texas Rangers again? I think the Texas Rangers, we'll see if how Darvish, when he can come back, how well he'll be effective. Of course, you got Prince Fielder now added to the lineup. I honestly think that wild card matchup will be that one wild card game in the American League is going to be between the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's remember, Texas and Baltimore, they played in that one-game playoff back in 2012, and Baltimore was able to knock them out in Texas. And I remember, that was Josh Hamilton's last game, Jeff and Frank, and then he went to the Angels and signed that big contract with the Angels. So we'll see how well that AL West would be. I know the AL East is the most competitive, but I'd say in the American League, the second toughest division is the American League West. No question about it. Except for Seattle. Mariners are not really – they're not there yet. You know, they haven't been big since they lost in 2001 in the ALCS. And remember, they had the most wins, and then they just choked and fell short and lost in 5 games. In the National League East, Frank, who do you got in that division?
Great division, Sean. I'm going to take Atlanta to repeat, although it wouldn't surprise me in the end if the Nationals end up winning that division. Yet I have to say it's going to be the Atlanta Braves, although watch out for the Washington Nationals. I think that division is going to come down perhaps to the last day of the season, but if not, the last few days of the season. It's going to come down to that last week, but I'm going to take Atlanta.
Yeah, the Atlanta Braves, they're a team that's going to make a lot, and I do mean a lot of noise in the NL East. And Jeff and I picked the Braves, too. In the National League Central, who do you got there, Frank?
Well, if I were living in a fantasy world, I'd say my Chicago Cubs. If I were living in a fantasy world, which I'm obviously not, this is the real world. So living in the real world, I guess I can't say my Chicago Cubs. But you know what? I am honestly going to say, in all seriousness, I think it's going to be the team that the Cubs are facing right now. The team that the Cubs lost to in 10 innings with the Neil Walker homer. I think it's going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
I think they're
That's
going to be ready
it.
for the next step, seriously.
That's it,
I
Frank.
think they
You're
got a fine
fired.
lineup, but I'm not saying they're going to win World Series, though.
That's it, Frank. You're fired.
What are you smoking?
That's your loss.
What the heck is the matter with you? The Pirates? I know they made the playoffs, but they can't beat the Cardinals. Oh, my gosh.
I think they're going to make it interesting this year. You just watch.
Well, remember, Wes is saying it, Jeff, that the Pirates are going to go all the way and win it this year.
I disagree with him, though. I think the Pirates have potential to win their division. I don't think they're going to go all the way to the World Series. Trust me. And by the way, what am I smoking? I'm smoking $50 cigars. That's what I'm smoking if the Pirates do. If the Pirates do win that division, that's what I'm going to be smoking. $50 cigars.
Not from me, you're not.
I'm actually going to have my cigars imported from Cuba.
In the National League West there, Frank, who do you got?
The National League West. I got to take the Los Angeles Dodgers again. Pardon me. One thing about the Dodgers that I want to say, they got a great lineup, obviously, but Yasiel Puig, how is he going to mature this year? I think he's got terrific ability, but for him, it's character, maturity, and that's going to be the issue with Yasiel Puig this year. Otherwise, I got the Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers, they're going to be the team that makes, in my opinion, the most noise in that National League West. Remember, they just overtook the team I dislike, the Yankees, as far as the highest payroll goes. So we'll see what happens there. And
hey, what happens if I would have said the Chicago Cubs were going to win the National League Central? What would you thought? Seriously.
I would smoking bad stuff.
Homer.
I just hope the Cubs don't lose 90 games this year.
Good. The Astros are beating the Yankees. I like it. There you go.
How many games are you going to this year, Frank?
Well, I don't know how many games I'm going to exactly. I can tell you, and this is going to be special for me, gentlemen. I am going to see the Cubs in 3 weeks from tomorrow. That's April 23rd. Now, what's the significance of this is they are playing the Arizona Diamondbacks, but it will be Wrigley Field's 100th birthday. So I am going to that game 3 weeks from tomorrow, 22 days, the Cubs and the Diamondbacks. Wrigley Field, if I can just say this quickly, gentlemen, it didn't open up as a major league ballpark. It opened up as a ballpark for the old Federal League team, the Chicago Federals. And that day, the Cubs are going to be wearing the Chicago Federals 1914 uniforms. And they're also going to have the Arizona Diamondbacks. They have agreed to wear the Federal League uniforms of the Kansas City team from that time.
Great. Okay,
so I will be going to the 100th birthday game for Wrigley Field 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Let's finish this up really quick, John.
All right, the National League wild card. Frank, who are your 2 teams that'll be in the National League wild card?
I think it's going to be the Washington Nationals and the St. Louis Cardinals in that wild card game.
I can't believe you. And you're picking the Pirates to win the division. Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. Hey, don't I have a choice, right?
Looks like
yes.
Looks like his show time just went down from 2 to 1.
Well, Jeff, I've been waiting to hear from you. Your National League wild cards.
I'm going to pick
my Chicago Cubs.
I would like to, just to make you laugh.
Yeah.
The Montreal Expos. Oh, they're not in the league no more.
Got a minute before the update.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll do what the hell I please. I got no engineer.
I will say this.
That's April Fool's Day. I can tell.
It was great that the Mets and the Blue Jays did play those 2 games in Montreal over the weekend. Those 2 exhibition games. That was great.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
The Olympic Stadium hasn't changed much.
No, it never will. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
Oh. We're going to go with Kenny C. Cincinnati.
Yeah, because I like Cincinnati. I'm a Cincinnati fan. I'm going to go with Cincy. And in a shocker. No, I better not do that because I don't know. I'm not going to do that.
Chicago Cubs?
No, I was going to pick the Padres. Something's really gnawing at me this year about them, and I don't know why. But let's go with the Nationals.
Oh. I'll be giving my...
No, you give them right now, and then we'll go to the update.
Okay. My 2 wild cards, and I can't believe I'm saying this. You're going to like me, Wes. I'm going with your Pittsburgh Pirates,
That's it.
and I'm
You're
going
fired.
with San Francisco Giants.
That's it.
At least you have the Pirates in contention, Sean.
I can't. I can't pick the Pirates.
Hey, I have a question. If I were to give you each $100, would you have said the Chicago Cubs?
No, I can't pick the Pirates or the Cubs this year. I'm just sorry. It just can't happen. And I hope the Cubs prove me wrong, and I hope the Cubs prove you wrong, Frank. Hey, on that note, we're going to run to our final update of the day. Take it away, Sean, man, with the final update of the day.
Hey, welcome everybody to Sports World Radio, the final update of the day. Here's what we got right now going on in Major League Baseball. Here are the scores, everybody. It is opening day for some other teams, especially down in Houston. How about this? Down in the bottom of the first inning, the Astros lead the Yankees 2-0. 2 runs in the first inning off CC Sabathia. The Blue Jays have struck for 3 runs on an Adam Lind home run. They lead 3-0 in St. Petersburg, Florida. That game's in the bottom of the first inning. And by the way, Frank and Jeff, interleague play. Philadelphia Phillies at the Rangers. Mariners at the Angels, and the Indians at the Athletics. We switch from the American League over to the National League. And by the way, the Astros just got a 2-run home run. It's 4-0 Astros over the Yankees. The Dodgers, they lead 2-0 on a Yasiel Puig home run. That was in the top half of the first inning. The Rockies and the Marlins, that game is scoreless, bottom of the second inning. 2 other games that we have, Braves at the Brewers and the Giants at the Diamondbacks. In the NBA, here are the games that we have coming up, of course, tonight. 3 games starting in about 28 minutes from now on TNT. It'll be the Rockets at the Nets. And then the other game on TNT, concluding that game, it'll be the Trailblazers at the Lakers. And the other game not on TNT, it'll be a big matchup, Warriors at the Mavericks. In the NHL, here is some news to report. We have 11 games here on tap tonight. The Devils and the Sabres, that game is tied at 0 with 7 minutes and 51 seconds. Flames at the Maple Leafs, that game's tied at 0 with 4 minutes and 27 seconds. The Panthers and the Islanders, they are tied at 1 with 8:43 in the first period. The Penguins and the Hurricanes, right now Penguins lead 1-0. Stars at the Capitals, Avalanche at the Blue Jackets, and here are the other games. Canadiens at Lightning, Flyers at Blues. That game can be seen on the NBC Sports Network. Rangers at Canucks, Jets at Coyotes, and the Oilers at the Sharks. Everybody, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta. Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. I'm the host, Jeff Esco, with Sean Mann, like always, and joining us in the second hour of every Tuesday show. That's right, I said the second hour because we're 2 hours long now. We start at 3 o'clock on the West Coast, 6 o'clock on the East Coast, and if you live in the Central,
it's that simple. Figure it out for yourself.
Damn,
what about the
Skippy.
mountain time zone?
Who cares?
Who cares? They live in the mountains for Jiminy Cricket. You know what? They're in the mountain time zone. They live in the mountains. They probably can't hear us anyway because we're on the internet. They probably can't get it.
They can't get it. Boy, the technology we live in completely suck diddly yucks.
Sure does. Okay, you said something to me during the break, Frank, didn't you? About I have homework? What's that all about?
Dude, let me ask you, do you think I got where I am by doing homework? Definitely not.
But you agreed to this.
I did homework when I was in school, but in terms of elementary school, when I was in elementary school, I was a complete riot.
But you agreed to this.
Tell me what I agreed to.
In fact, I have witnesses. In fact, I have 1, Sean, 2, 3 other witnesses.
All right, what did I agree to? What did I agree to, punk?
What do you, punk? I'll give you punk. I'll take that bamboo shoot and shove it so far straight up your hula watts so you won't know what's coming out of your mouth.
Dude, watch out, man. Watch out. You know, my left fist is called assault and my right fist is called battery.
Yeah, whatever. Okay,
anyway, get to it.
Did you or did you not agree to watching the WWE and reporting back to me on a Monday Night Raw? And where were you
but that was potentially last week. Oh, hold on. You don't have to. Wait. You blew that one because you didn't mention it last week. So,
well,
you know what?
You know what? What do you?
Let me ask you. That window of opportunity is gone, buddy.
Let me ask you a question. We had problems getting you on Thursday on my end, my fault.
Yeah, but hold on. But I was available Tuesday of last week. You blew the window of opportunity,
Doesn't
buddy.
matter.
You blew it.
Let me ask you a question. Did you forget what you saw?
Yep, I did because I thought it sucked.
You should have watched.
Seriously,
you should have watched last night's Raw.
I didn't watch last night's Raw. Sorry, and I don't plan on watching WrestleMania either.
Last night's Raw was freaking awesome, baby.
Yeah, what happened? Was there a steel cage match?
No, freaking Daniel Bryan came out of the stands and beat the crap out of Triple H.
Was there a beer truck?
No. Dude, we don't live in the 90s no more.
Did somebody come on a mic and insulted me?
Well, yeah,
yes,
Frank,
somebody did.
Was I challenged? Wait, was I challenged last night? And was I challenged at Mania last night?
Yeah, the Big Show challenged Frank Sprankle last night. You didn't see it?
Wait, you're trying to tell me? Wait. Captain Insano himself challenged me?
Captain Insano himself challenged you.
Captain Insano?
Yes, Captain Insano himself challenged you, and you didn't hear it. He invited you. He invited you to participate in the 30-man over the top rope, the Andre Giant.
Wait a minute, dude! Captain Insano and I are going to be partners. All right, tag team. I get to tag up with Captain Insano.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said he invited you to be in the 30-man over the top rope battle, Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That's what I said.
Oh, Jeff and Frank are going at it, everybody, and here we are, 39 minutes
Frank,
past the second hour.
I could bring it as just probably worse than you can, Junior.
So you're talking about the 7-foot, 500-pound Captain Insano?
Yes, I am. Big Show. Yes, otherwise known as the Big Show.
Right. The Big Slow.
I know, isn't it, Josh? It's very upsetting. Frank, see what Josh says?
Hey, could you imagine me and Stone Cold in the ring with mics?
I would think he would probably outvoice you like crazy.
Wait, he'd outvoice me like crazy, dude.
I think
Stone Cold and I would be having a beer together.
I think anybody in the WWE can outtalk you.
Outtalk me?
That's what I just said, didn't I? What do you got a hearing problem?
Wait. So all of these superstars feared the lethal dose of smack. They fear assault and battery. They fear Freaky Frank Sprankle.
Well, if that's what you're calling yourself, Freaky Frank Sprankle? That's just terrible.
Yeah, well, here's the way I look at it. Okay, the
Look
first
at Josh.
hour, Jeff had a bone to pick with me, and now, Frank, Jeff's picking the bone with you, buddy. From
Sean,
one
you don't have a. Hey, you know what? Wait, you know what, Sean, when are you going to have a bone to pick with me?
That
he
my
learned-
Red Sox are better than your Cubs.
Hey,
and that
Josh.
your Cubs are on a drought.
Hey, Frank.
We're going to find that out next month because my Cubs do go to Fenway.
We're gonna kick them too. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably will too.
Yeah.
Sean's in Bring It school. He's still learning how to bring it.
Whatever.
Wait. So he's like he still can't brain it.
Whatever. Okay. All right. So we all.
Whatever, dude.
Sean's in his third year of school, of Bring It school. Frank, you're in year number 1.
How long does it take to graduate, dude?
4 years, my friend.
All right. What happens after 4 years?
Then you graduate to Bring It school.
All right, then no. Okay, but then what happens? I mean, then can I bring it to you?
You could try.
Oh, I can try, dude. Yeah, try with success. That's what will happen.
Sean tries all the time and fails. You could try.
Jeff, you try and you fail too.
I never fail.
You never
fail.
Sure
okay. About that, Master?
Let me ask you this:
Master.
Heads or tails? Do you play Madden?
I don't play that crap.
Play that crap, dude. Madden's awesome.
I have.
Dude, okay.
You know what? I said this on another sports show before. Somebody asked me if I played games like that. You know what my answer is? I have much better things to do in my life than play stinking video games.
Video games are awesome.
Video games are a way to keep yourself preoccupied and help you get through.
Hey, Sean, I do. Do you play Madden?
Yes, I have played Madden before.
Okay, I don't know which console you have, but one day I should challenge you to a Bears-Patriots Madden. You and I, my Bears against your Patriots. I'm the coach.
Patriots will smack you.
Dude, you might want to watch out for my defense.
Oh God.
Yeah. What? Okay. Here's the thing.
I'll give you tape. I'll give you tape of mine. I'll give you tape of mine. Seriously.
Can I stick
I've
my
modeled
fingers
my
down my throat
defense
and puke
as a
yet?
Buddy Ryan-oriented, go after the quarterback type defense.
Can I stick my fingers down my throat and puke yet?
Who are you gonna puke at, me or Sean?
You.
Dude, I got a good idea. Then I'll just take you down. Dude, I'll just take you down in the neighborhood tavern, take your head, slam it on the bar stool, take the bar mug, slam that on your head, and dude, you talk about the SmackDown. This will go 10 times above laying any SmackDown that anyone in the WCW has ever received.
What? See, you're still living in the 90s, so you don't even know how to lay the SmackDown.
Oh, you come on, dude. At least back then was what I'm seeing now.
If history serves me correctly, before we go to the last commercial break, you're not only living in the 90s, Frank. If you're talking about Buddy Ryan, you're living in 1985, the year your doggone Bears beat the Patriots.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah,
hold on,
yeah,
Frank.
and they beat your Patriots. Now I'll say this though. Unfortunately, I've watched the NFL. I watch a lot of the NFL Network. I have not seen Chicago Bears Dynasty Week. I've seen your Patriots Dynasty Week. This week, Nicholas's Cowboys. Yeah, this week Nicholas's Cowboys are airing their Dynasty Week.
Yeah,
so you know what? Hey, you know what? We signed Jared Allen. Maybe the 2010s will be the decade of the Chicago Bears. At last, the Super Bowl dynasty.
The Super Bowl's coming back to New England. Book it.
Oh, so wait a minute. 2 decades of
there you
back-to-back. Wait, the Super Bowl's coming to New England, literally? I know Robert Kraft wants to bring the Super Bowl to New England.
It ain't going to go there.
Absolutely. Come on, 10 years. We've been waiting a long time. We lost stupid midgets twice.
Let me ask you this seriously now. You were talking about Minnesota. Of course, they're a candidate for Super Bowl 52. What's the status with that again?
Who really
cares?
cares?
On that note, we'll get to our final commercial break, and we'll talk about that.
I want to hear about that.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us," and really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Sports World Radio final segment of the day. I'm the host, Jeff Escow, with Sean Mann, like always. And in the second hour of Tuesdays and Thursday shows, we have Frank Sprankle joining us as well. Okay, we got one final segment, guys. Frank, what's the final topic, or one of the final topics we're going to be talking about?
Well, I do want to stay along the lines of the NFL, and I'll tell you what. I know we were talking about the Minnesota Stadium. Why don't we, if we get to that, we'll get to that. But I want to talk about Deshaun Jackson. Obviously, we know the Eagles were out to get rid of him. But if that apparently that story on Friday, that was the straw that pretty much broke the camel's back. All right. Good decision or bad decision to release Deshaun Jackson, a receiver that had a career year last year, has 3 more years left on his contract, and all of a sudden, because of gang controversy, is out of a job right now in the National Football League.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. All of a sudden, it's because of gang relations? Bull crap. That's just an excuse. Don't believe that.
I don't think we know the entire story exactly. There's something within the Philadelphia Eagles organization.
It has nothing to do with the organization.
We don't know.
It has nothing to do with the organization. Him and Chip Kelly didn't get along, and it's Chip Kelly's highway, or you're getting the hell off, and that's just the way it was. Get over it.
Why is it a number of his Eagle teammates that were being interviewed were really not in disarray?
Because they don't want the same thing to happen to them. That's why. Read between the lines. Stop looking at it at face value. Read between the lines.
Okay, well, then let me ask you this. Would you want Deshaun Jackson on your team?
Damn
Absolutely.
Skippy, I would.
You better believe I would.
Damn Skippy, I would. And you know damn well he's either going to Washington or the Giants so he can give crap back to Philadelphia twice a year.
Oh, absolutely. Can you imagine he goes to the Giants or he goes to the Redskins? He's not going to Dallas. Let's eliminate them.
Right.
But let's say he goes to the Redskins or the Giants. They go into Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. My goodness. Mm-hmm. What do you think it's going to be in terms of the taunting on the part of Deshaun Jackson? Because I think he's going to have an urge and a grunt to taunt and make things even.
But I see, he's not angry at the players. He's pissed off at the coach.
Okay, but isn't that a revenge game? Aren't those two games revenge? Dude,
yes.
The NFL is about revenge.
Yes, total a revenge game, 100%. Why do you think he's meeting with the Redskins for a second time? Because he wants to stay in that division.
The Redskins, well, if he's made for them with a second time, you could be 90% certain that Deshaun Jackson's going to sign with the Washington Redskins.
But you can bet your bottom dollar it had absolutely nothing to do with gang affiliation because you can't tell me.
Story. I have not read the story.
How long has he been in the
story? What do you know about this story?
How long has he been in the league?
Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah.
What about how many years now? About 5 years now?
And all of a sudden you're finding out now about gang affiliation? I call bullcrap.
Okay, well, what about the story that came out on Friday? How accurate is it?
It's not.
Okay, then what do you do if you're Deshaun Jackson and there's false reporting on your part? What do you do?
Nothing.
You don't sue for slander?
Nothing.
You don't sue for so you're not going to sue for
Nothing.
slander?
He's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing, keeping his mouth shut and going at him in a different way.
Do you think, though, he has do you think he has potential for us? Not he ain't going to do it, but do you think there's potential to sue for slander here?
Sure. But he's not going to because he's going to get his revenge in a different way.
All right. So you see this from the standpoint of him being a humble individual.
Correct. And that's the best route to take. Keep your mouth shut. Let Philadelphia make themselves the bad guys.
All right, fine. Hey, that's perfect. Deshaun Jackson, all I could say is the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Foles, listen, what a year he had the second part of the season. I can still see those, 6 touchdowns against the Oakland Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
Is that 6 touchdowns? 6 touchdowns against the Raiders. It was a game in Oakland. And I'll tell you what, Nick Foles has been impressive since. I like the way he handles everything. He's going to be fine with the Eagles, but he is losing a huge component in Deshaun Jackson.
They're going to miss him.
You know what? Go ahead.
Frank, they're going to miss him. They are going to miss him. I think it's the wrong move, but obviously, it's obvious to me that him and Kelly just don't get along. So, with that case, is Kelly's the head coach, the player's going to go. It's that simple.
So What about Andy Reid? Why not go to Kansas City and give Alex Smith another target?
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, really, he played for Andy Reid for all those years. Why not Andy Reid in Kansas City? Look at the competitive nature of the AFC West. The Chiefs, they made the playoffs.
They can't afford him.
They're thinking tops in the division next year.
They can't afford him. They can't afford him. Too close to the cap. Look at it. They can't afford him.
Well, I support the salary cap, but hey,
that's the problem right there. They can't afford him. They're too close to the cap.
And they're not going to restructure anybody else's contract.
And they're not going to go over the cap for him.
Wouldn't work out even if they did have cap space.
And that's what Andy Reid said. We don't have the cap space to do it. I would love to do it. He's a great player. But we don't have the cap space to do it.
Oh, by the way, I want to talk a little bit about the NCAA tournament, if I may.
Go
I
ahead.
want to, you mentioned about Nicholas and I and our show on Mondays and Fridays. I do want to bring up an interesting topic that Nicholas and I discussed on our show yesterday morning, and I want to recycle it. I want to bring it into this arena. And let me explain. Obviously, I did have Arizona going to the Final Four. They're in my fantasy Final Four, which is not the real Final Four. But you know what happened in Tucson after they lost to Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, people went nuts.
Well, okay, and it was wrong. There were 15 arrests.
Mm-hmm.
Should the NCAA, and here's what I believe, should the NCAA hold this? Yeah. Oh, you know where I'm going with this.
Why are they going to hold it? Why are they going to make the school responsible?
I say a one-year tournament
Why?
ban for any school that does this.
Why?
Because this sends a stern message.
Oh, you're such a freaking moron. That's the dumbest. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Destruction of property.
So you're gonna make the school responsible? You're a moron.
Why do you make the school responsible for?
Here's what's going to happen, gentlemen. If you indeed decide to form a mob scene and take the law in your own hands, whether you win or you lose, and it happens on your college campus, then guess what? Then that's going to mean a one-year ban from the NCAA tournament in basketball. In the case of football, you're banned 1 year from any bowl games.
You can't do that. It wasn't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, because it's not the student athletes that are doing it.
No, but this helps. How would you like it? As a
So
matter
that
of fact,
so
2001,
okay.
This did
Okay,
happen
hold
in
on, Frank.
Tucson.
Hold on, Frank. Hold on, Frank. So in other words, you're telling me that you're going to reprimand the student athletes for something that they had absolutely nothing to do with.
Yes, I am.
You're
Because maybe
freaking
this will tell
crazy.
the student body to act a little more responsible.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's the stupidest. Wait, don't you care about individuals and property?
It's not the student athlete's fault that the people on campus are doing it. So you're going to penalize the student athlete?
I think the NCAA needs to come out with a stern
You're a
warning that
schmuck.
says if this happens again, there's going to be serious consequences and potentially a one-year ban on tournament play. Yes, that's what's going to happen.
How do you penalize the student athlete who had absolutely nothing to do with it? Think about that, Frank. Think about that.
Then you know what? The student athlete can go to the student body and fault the student body and said, how despicable you do
Think about that, Frank. Just think about that. You're penalizing somebody that had absolutely nothing to do with it. Think about that for a second, Frank.
Well, you know what? All right, well, guess what? Whenever somebody does something wrong, sometimes we all feel the consequences, don't we? Why do you think we have certain laws?
That's a law. You're penalizing the wrong people. You don't penalize the student athlete for that. You penalize the people that did it.
Okay, but look at it this way. How much money does making it to the tournament or a bowl game bring into the school?
I don't know, but you're penalizing the
It brings
wrong
in some
people.
cash, doesn't it?
So you take money away from the school, not the
You're
program.
taking money away from the school by banning them from the tournament.
No, see
or
that
a bowl
wrong.
game for 1 year.
You take money away from the school, not the program.
Dude, you can think it's stupid. You can think it's appalling. You can
That's
think
disgusting.
I'm appalling, but I stand by my statement, frankly speaking.
Well, that's the stupidest, frankly speaking, thing I've ever heard in my life. How can you penalize somebody that had absolutely... Dude, that's like putting an innocent man in jail.
Wait, an innocent man in jail?
Yeah. Frank, here. Okay, Frank?
Go, speak up.
Here, okay? You shoot and kill Sean, and I serve the penalty. What are you, crazy?
Wait a minute, wait a minute. It's not that everybody here suffers.
Everybody suffers.
All right, everybody, wait, but me, and I'm the one that committed the crime.
Exactly.
By the way, Sean, I would never shoot you.
Exactly. So the student athletes didn't commit the crime. So why are you penalizing them?
The student athletes need to understand this, that if this happens again, the student athletes can be all pissed off.
Actually, what you're saying to the student athletes is don't lose a game, otherwise you might go to jail. That's what you're saying.
I'm gonna say this. These students that committed the act in Tucson on Saturday night, they should have been gassed.
You should have arrested them and put them in jail.
Yeah, but you should have gassed them. How would you like it if somebody came into your business?
You know what?
What would you do? I'd shoot him.
I would be pissed off if I'm the point guard at Arizona and this happened to me, and then I get told next year I can't go in the tournament because somebody else did something and I can't go play in the tournament, and I'm a senior. Screw you, Frank!
Amen!
Screw you, Frank. On that note, we're out of here. I hope everybody enjoyed this 2-hour fiesta of sports talk. We'll be back tomorrow with another 2 hours of sports talk. Until then, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. For Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Escal. That is Frank Sprankle. Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.
Peace!
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?